Hi there, Virgo, and welcome to Feathered Serpent Tarot. I'm new around here, but I've been inspired by many tarot readers online to start my own channel so that I can start offering monthly readings for the astrology signs as well as offering private readings for those who resonate with my style and who would like to have something a little bit more in depth for their personal specific situation. So I have pre-shuffled and cleared the cards ahead of your reading for June 2017. So Virgo, I can tell you that this is a very intense month for most people. And we're all going through a tremendous amount of change. We're going through game-changing situations. So everything that we've known up until now, whoa, look at that, is changing. It's evolving into something new. It's a new consciousness, a new awareness. If I had a little bit more astrology skills under my belt, I'd be able to be a little bit more specific. But the theme is pretty much the same. Lots of hard lessons to integrate into our awareness. Yeah, it's intense. But ultimately, I think what we're all learning is to be stronger in who we are as individuals, as opposed to the codependent patterns that we may have been exposed to in the past. So, at any rate, that's enough of my patter. Let's just get to the reading. Oh, there we go. Okay, so at the center of your reading, you're in a really good spot, Virgo. You are in your own power. You are where you want to be. You're feeling confident. You're feeling like you've worked hard to be where you're at right now. And so good on you. Your obstacle, however, is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is just how much more work are you willing to put into something that you already feel that you've mastered, that you've already feel that, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But is there more work to be done? And are you in a place where you don't necessarily want to do that right now? Because, sometimes, we have done so much work. We've put ourselves so much out there. I know that in my personal experience, for the last few years, it's been kind of tough. I'm a Libra Sun, Scorpio rising, late Libra Sun, Scorpio rising, so almost double Scorpio. So with the transits of Saturn in the last few years, it's been exhausting. So the foundation is the Four of Wands. There have been a few other signs who have been getting that. You are in a very satisfying partnership. You have the foundations, you have the structure for successful partnership that results in a good sense of family. So that's pretty cool that you have that, this guy. So the past is the Sun. So in the past, there's been a sense of happiness, sense of levity, I guess you could say, in the past. Let's see. And what's crowning the situation is the High Priestess. So this is you tuning in. Your intuition is sharp. You are in a place of quiet power, I guess you could say. The shadow side of this card is that you may be keeping secrets. But there's something that you're keeping very much to yourself in a wise way. So in the short-term outcome, we have the Nine of Cups. So this is your wishes come true so far. I mean, things are good for Virgo, really. You know, there's not a whole lot of struggle here. It seems to be, you know, there seems to be a sort of a coming of, this is where I am. I'm good. And I'm set to make everything that I wanted in my life to come true is actually hitting it. Good for you, Virgo. Oh my God. So the thing is that you're feeling restricted. You're feeling like you're trapped in something. Uh-oh. Seven of Swords. Leo just got this at the center of the reading, so maybe there's a Leo involved in here somewhere. I don't see any fire yet. Although we do have the Sun card in the past. So maybe there's a Leo from your past. And what you're afraid of is defeat. Or a hollow victory. So, drum roll, please. What's the final outcome for Virgo? There we go. Queen of Wands. All right. So we have a sense of mastery. Your obstacle is that there's more work to be done, possibly, and you're not really all that jazzed about it. Or that just that you have to work, even. That you can't enjoy everything that you've got around you right now. You've been happy in the past. Right now you're in sort of a stoic, quiet, intuitive place. Because you're right on the edge of all your dreams coming true. You're feeling trapped. Maybe you're trapped by lies or something. All right. So let's see what the overall energy is for. You got the Eight of Wands. So things are happening fast. Everybody's getting this card. I can tell you that right now. So everything is coming in super fast. It's a possibility that you're falling in love or falling in love all over again. So let's put that aside and pull out the Rider-Waite for some clarifiers on what's going on here. So let's take a look right at the center card. Let's make sure that we've got the story right so far. So for the Nine of Pentacles, this sense of mastery, a sense of accomplishment that you have at this point in your life. Yeah, it makes you really happy. You're really proud of what you've accomplished so far. You know, this is definitely your time. And the movements that you seem to be heading in are really, really quite good. And yeah, this is justice. This is justice for you, for coming into your own, for actually being well established. Okay, so let's, yay. So now with the Eight of Pentacles, it is, you know, there's more work to be done on your marriage. If you're married, if you're a spiritual person and you've reached a level of mastery within your spiritual practice, there's still more work to be done. Tell me anyone who doesn't know that. It's a commitment. It's about commitment. The commitment that you make and the commitment others make to you. So let's talk about the Four of Wands. Children, partners, the beginnings of family. But there's doubt, temptation, and the completion of a cycle with this as well. Okay, so the plot thickens. So what was it about the past that was making Virgo so happy? Well, yeah, it was a sense of patience and being loving and nurturing and feeling a sense of victory and success in those things. So what is, I don't know, I'm just picking up sort of, and I don't normally pick this up from the High Priestess, but that this is a pensive kind of place that you're in right now. Deep thought, communion with the divine, and the death of something. So what is this the death of? Where are we seeing death in this moment? What's coming to an absolute end? Trust. And a sense of naivete. So there's a wisdom and maturity. You could be a Virgo that's at a rite of a point of your life where it's a rite of passage, because once we've experienced the death of the old, of who we thought we were, then we can step into the new of who we are and of who we're becoming in this stage of our lives. So whether you're making the transition from being a child to becoming a mother, from being a mother to becoming a grandparent, or a mother who is moving into a new phase of life, or these are major cycles. This is the beginning and the end. This is the alpha and the omega, so to speak. So now, what's with this wish come true? It's a fascinating story, Virgo. So the wish come true is that you got it going on. You're there. You're feeling fully empowered. Maybe there's a woman in your life who is just the complete epitome of everything that you needed from a woman. And you got nothing but sunny skies ahead of you. So why do you feel restricted? If you've got all of this great stuff, you're coming in rites of passage and all of these big significant changes where you've graduated essentially, and now you're moving on to, to graduate studies in your own life. So what's holding you back? Okay, well, 3. You've got a fire sign, an air sign, or maybe this is where it ties into truth. So you feel restricted because of a fire sign, the truth behind it, and who you are. Your lies are going to ruin you. I'm so sorry. But nothing good comes from lies. And your Five of Swords in your hopes and fears is that, you know, that you've reached a hollow victory. And it's just been, yeah. I hope you can magically change the situation and that your mastery has brought you to this point for a reason. And the outcome is the Queen of Wands. So perhaps there is a fire sign. King of Swords. There's some truth to that. Some fire, oh, yikes. The Tower. And one more, please. The High Priestess again. Something is shifting. Something is changing. Let's get one more card on that final outcome. Yeah, you're in a love triangle. You're not alone. Bunches of them. Bunches and bunches of these right now. Seems to be the theme of the day. So you're in it. This probably won't resolve until July. This drama is going to play out. And let's take a look at the Lenormand and see if there's any indications to cap this, full circle it around and see what you're dealing with. Okay? Because he was looking so good there. Everything was looking great. But things are happening fast. And yeah. So let's see what the Lenormand has to say. This is kind of a new deck for me, a new thing. But I'm, experimenting. So I like randomness and patterns. So Virgo. Clover. That's a good thing. Stroke of good luck. And birds. So I'm going to take a look at my little primer here. But we have clover paired with birds. And clover is good luck and happiness is near. Birds is sorrows and anxieties, sudden news of travel, and visiting a former friend or returning home. So on one side of things are looking really bright. On the other side of things, they're looking like there's some sort of underlying sorrow in being trapped in something. Completing a cycle. I don't see anything new in terms of beginnings. It's very hard. There's some sort of interference. It's very crossroads, kind of unexpected crossroads creeping up. But I think at the end of the day, Virgo, you can trust that whatever foundation you have built up until now is probably the strongest thing you have going. And so as you work through the challenges of your confinement, why you felt the need to lie about how you feel, these are the two things. So it's you and your environment. And you're trying to reconcile because it's like, it doesn't make sense to me, and hopefully it makes sense to you, but why someone, there's a contradiction. It's like, I got my act together. I got everything I wanted. I'm totally restricted. I can't get anywhere. Maybe I'm going to try some freedom, but I'm going to have to lie about it. And I don't see any alternate paths right now, so I'm not really sure why Virgo is so stuck. But I can only imagine that it's going to lead to some sort of breakthrough in July. What else can I give you, Virgo? I think you need to get more in touch with whether you were actually happy. In fact, I'm going to pull this because it's like, how does all this happiness happen? And then all of a sudden, there's lies and stuff. So what are we talking about here? What was the happiness? But we've got the Eight of Swords. So maybe all this talk of how happy you were in the past was, you've always felt restricted. And so with this cycle, okay, so we're talking about change, anxiety, and fun. Or was that fun, anxiety? I don't know. Anxiety, fun. So anxiety, partying. Maybe there's sort of like a suppression of your intuition because you don't want to do the work anymore. You want to get out there and things are changing, but it's causing you anxiety, and so you're partying more. Maybe. The beginning of love. Let's take a look at what that's about. Is it self-love? Absolutely. You're learning how to love yourself. This is what it's coming down to. Moving into a new level of understanding. Either next level or moving on entirely. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. No, there's falling in love. Somebody's falling in love. And I shouldn't take it any further than that. Looks like it's going to get messy. But again, this is what happens in life. Things change. Suddenly we appear at a crossroads that we never anticipated was coming. And there it is. So, Virgo, try to stay in a place of truth. Lies are just going to create more problems and keep you further away from achieving what it is you need to achieve. Nothing can be gained in truth or in lies. Look, ruin. Don't be surprised if things really go sideways and if you end up in a lot of pain. If you choose to go, if you don't change this environment of lies, it's going to hurt really bad. All right. So, Virgo, I'm so sorry that I couldn't have been clearer for you today. Still kind of pondering, trying to make sense of it, hoping that as I deconstruct it, I can give you something more. But I think you're on your own, and judging by the level of mastery you're at, you must be able to handle it, because God only gives us what we can handle, or the divine, however you interpret that. And I don't see you falling apart. I see perhaps things getting really tense and culminating in some respects, but ultimately your foundation is strong. So I wouldn't worry about it. I hope this reading resonated with you in some way. Please like, share, and subscribe if it did. And I'll see you next month. Take care. Stay in the love.